Oh, there we go. And switch. Bingo. Hello guys, hello. Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologeticnegropean. In today's video, I would like to say thank you for coming this short notice. I know that it's Thursday, it's almost weekend, don't worry about it, things are going to get better. And I've been doing these little live videos and I kind of like them actually. So this one that I'm going to do today, in today's video, we're going to be discussing, you know, the things that we've learned over the last, year and a half, a little more than a year and a half that we've been making these videos, mostly about the Gambia, okay? And you know, it's been really nice. I've hopefully taught you guys a lot of things. I've certainly learned a lot of things from you guys, because you guys have vast experience. Lots of things, especially more specifically when it comes to moving to the Gambia. A lot of you guys have actually moved within the last 18 to 20 months. You've moved your businesses over there, you've bought houses over there, you've bought land over there, and you've given me all your feedback. The reasons I've been making these videos is because I've been getting this type of feedback from yourselves, and I really appreciate that. But I wanted to sort of encapsulate it. And you know, I thought about doing like 10 commandments, and I could easily do another 5 commandments. You know, I could do the other ones, because it just seems as though all this godliness seems to just have left us. You know, I think a lot of us leave, you know, especially the pan-africanists, they leave the diaspora, they go back to Africa and they say, well, you know, I've left the diaspora, I didn't want to learn that you know, that Christianity or that Islam are good, so I've gone back to Africa with a clean slate. Okay, fair enough, that's all good, but you don't go back and then, you know, it would be good for you to keep some of the moral virtues that those religions actually teach you, instead of just forgetting about them and saying, well, you know, I can do this, that and the other because I have total freedom now. You know, I don't want to listen to this Bible or whatever. You could, you know, it's better if you keep, you know, the fundamental principles that keep you, that make you a good person, right? And so I wanted to sort of encapsulate that with 5 commandments, okay? And these are not just, you know, I could have done like the 7 sins or 5 sins or whatever, but I thought, you know, it's better if I don't just tell you what it is, tell you what is bad. It's better if I tell you what is bad, tell you what you guys can do about it. I'm going to go into it first. Please like, subscribe and share and click the bell notification. And please consider supporting the channel on our Patreon, link in the description. And please also consider following the Oversight channel. The link is also in the description for that channel that helps you to invest on the African continent, both safely and securely. Please give it a go. So we're going to go into this. What is number 1? Now, I'm going to just look at my notes here, but I'm going to start off from the left, going to the right on the thumbnail. So the first one, I started off with Sloth. And I started off with Art Cathy, because I think Art Cathy is a perfect example of this. You know, she's a person that on the outside, she looks like the kind of person, definitely strength-wise, you know, and with the way she looks, the way she takes care of herself. Now that she's back in America, she looks like she's taking care of herself more so than what she does when she's in the Gambia. But even in the Gambia, she was trying to portray an image of somebody who, trying to portray the image of somebody that is always 100% African, B1, you know, has turned her back on the wigs and the weaves, And it's just really strange to see this woman just go right back to square one, like nothing happened. It's wild. It's wild to see that, but it is what it is. But that's not what I'm talking about. When she was leaving the Gambia, we saw the way she was living, and we could see that she was smoking a lot. The house was dirty. Even if she had left the house, it was still kind of dirty. So I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, okay, here we go. She has not taken care of herself. She hasn't been taking care of herself on her inside. She hasn't been taking care of herself. Oh God. Sorry about that. She hasn't been taking care of herself on the inside. She hasn't been taking care of herself on the outside as well. So here we have this woman who literally is trying to put on an image for everybody else, but really in the inside she's she is not tidy on the inside nor on the outside. So I put number one, I put Sloth for her. I'm sorry about that. Chai tea, the screen was frozen. Yeah, I just noticed that. So thank you very much for telling me. I've unfrozen it now. Okay, so what other one? We're gonna move on quickly, okay? So the next one was pride. Sorry, let's finish off that last one actually, Sloth. So you need to, when you go to Africa and you're moving to the Gambia, the one thing that especially Gambians are very particular about is their hygiene. They take care of themselves. I remember being out in the Gambia, I can't remember which part I was in, but even I was, during the daytime, I had started brushing my teeth with a piece of wood. I forgot what the name of the twig is that they use, but I started using that because I thought, they're using it, why can't I use it, So yeah, these people are particular about being clean. So if you're going to travel over to the Gambia, focus on getting rid of not just the physical junk, right? The food, the toxins out of your body, purge yourself of all that type of things, but also purge yourself of the spiritual toxins that have built up inside your body as well, okay? Don't go over there all filthy, expecting Africa to do everything for you. It does have the power to do that, but the reality is it's on you. Have some responsibility and take care of yourself, okay? So, what was the next one? The next one was pride. Now, some of you are going to disagree with me with this one, but I seen THC go over to the Gambia, and he seems like a stand-up kind of guy. One thing which sort of bothers me is the way he has not purged himself of everything before going over to the Gambia. So he hasn't sort of said, do you know what, I'm going to start from a clean slate. I'm not going to bring Islam over with me to the Gambia, because Islam is something that people learn, especially African diasporans learn, because they don't have anything else to go with other than Christianity. I don't like that. I think Africa is a rich place filled with a multitude of diverse religions and beliefs, that our forefathers had brought on us. I think going over there with Islam, a Eurasian religion, and then saying to everybody, hey, I am a pan-africanist, I think it's kind of almost two-faced, isn't it? Why would you bring something like that over? Yeah, of course, there are plenty of Muslims over there in the Gambia. I know this, but I don't think that's an excuse to teach young people in the Gambia, you know, because you're going over there as an African American, a tall, you know, light-skinned, good-looking African American man. You go over there, people are going to be, what is this? Let's have a look. Yeah, sorry, I had to check. People are going to be looking at you because you're going to be a role model automatically. That's one of those things you can't help. So it's one of those things. So yeah, I truly think that THC should put down his pride, leave everything. He should have left everything back in the United States and come over there and, you know, really, I don't know, immersed himself in the African culture. That's what I would have done. And if I was you, that's what I would do as well. You need to have a bit more introspective about yourself, you know, critique yourself, and then say to yourself, okay, well, I'm not going to be that person. I'm just going to be the person who I would have been if it wasn't for the world's influences. Very difficult to do, but try and do that. Go to Africa then and see what it can bring out of you. It will always bring the best out of you. That continent will always bring the best out of you. Okay, so on we go. Next one is, I think it speaks for itself, greed with Blacksit. I think, once again, if you look at her on the outside, she is a person who doesn't take care of herself, who hasn't stopped, you know, when it was too much for her. She's somebody who, when she has something and she likes it, she wants more and more and more, right? So you can tell that the little power that she has gotten to her head, you know, the little power that she's had has gotten to her head. Everything has gotten to her, you know, her friends that she says, you know, that she knows, the people that she knows, the relationships that she's built up, you know. This is not a flaunting competition, all right? Going back to Africa is not about boasting about what you have and about who you know. It's all about becoming the best version of yourself, becoming humble. Humility is something which runs in the blood of all Africans. So when you come over there, talking about who you know and then ignoring the normal folk of that country, what does that make you? It doesn't make you a person with a lot of humility, does it? It's quite the opposite. So if I was going back to Africa, that is one thing I would definitely bring with me, an abundance of humility, okay? I would not be greedy. I wouldn't be focused on how much money I would make, because that's not the primary goal of me going back to Africa. Primary goal of me going back to Africa is learning and about absorbing in the culture and enjoying myself. So yeah, you don't need money to enjoy yourself. I know that it may seem that way, but you don't. Okay, so next one, Phoenix Rain with Lust. I think it's okay to go over to Africa if you're looking to find a partner who is African. That's not a problem, but you still need to be responsible with the type of person who you're going for. I don't think it's fair if you're going for somebody who's considerably younger than you, because especially if you're a woman and that's a man, because the man is supposed to be the person who's supposed to teach you. He's supposed to be, you know, he's supposed to be the person who's supposed to lead, you know. And if you're with a woman who perhaps has more money than you and perhaps has more power, perhaps will have deep down in the back of her mind a lay to claim on you, you know, like she owns you, that's gonna lead to a whole lot of problems in the future. I think also just going to Africa itself just to you know, to quench your own lust, you know, I think that's wrong. I do think it's wrong. You know, that's not what they're there for. That's not what their bodies are there for. They are there to to live a life where they can also pick and choose who they want. Not just because that person, hey, this is an opportunity for me to get out of whatever situation I'm in. So I think that you need to curb your lust before you go to Africa, and focus on living a more virtuous, more fulfilling life, one where you don't have to think with this, where you're thinking more with this, okay? So that was Phoenix Rain Lust. And my last one, Shantae White, yeah. Wrath. I think, looking at the situation that she was in, you know, I suppose I can say this in hindsight, but I don't think it was the best idea for Shantae White to actually go out and go hunting these people down. I truly don't. I think it would have been better for her to, you know, take care of her court action and everything else like that. But, you know, do as you do best. You don't need to, oh, wait a minute. Frozen again. There you go. Sorry about that. I keep freezing, I know, but that's because my phone is dying, guys. My phone is dying, so sorry about that again. So, if this is the best version of Julia, I'd like to see that side. Yeah, I know. He cannot leave Islam behind for anything. Pan-Africanism will not help him when he is dead. Oh, no, I know. I mean, that's the thing. You can't have both. You know what I mean? You can't have both. It's either one or the other. Let's have a look if this thing is... Yeah. So, yeah, it's either one or the other. So, let's have a look at where else we are at. I think with Shantae, I think also she trusted too many people. You know, she trusted Art Cathy when she was speaking to her on the internet. She trusted Kwesi Boyd. She trusted all these people. She trusted her security. And the number one thing that you do when you're moving back to the continent, don't trust anyone. It's the number one thing when you're moving to anywhere. You don't trust anyone. If you want a job done, do it yourself. I know she's a woman, she's in a man's world, especially there in the Gambia where Islam is prevalent. I know this. Culturally, it's a man's country. You know that as well as I do. So I understand that. But Shantae needed to do more by herself, to take care of herself, to protect herself, as opposed to simply focusing on, on the men. No, I'm not saying she got a man. I don't know whether she got a man or not. Apparently she did in the beginning, but you know, she needed to not trust them, basically, and she needed to find a way of connecting with people who she could trust a little, okay, to a certain degree with certain things. But you know, all in all, there are a lot of things that I don't trust about people when I'm traveling. There is a lot of things that I don't bother with, okay? I don't tell people where my money or my jewelry or anything like that. You know, I don't even wear that type of stuff when I travel. So I know the people of the Gambia are mostly nice, mostly beautiful, mostly kind, mostly honest, but you know, the same travel rules apply, especially when you're going to a place where there are things that you have that they won't have or won't have a dream of having, and the only way they can get that thing is by taking it off you. So guys, that was it. That was really good, and that was really quick because I wanted to go through those 5 because my battery is about to die. I'm going to quickly go through your see who's here. Paul Williams, hello, thank you for coming. Joshua Agabon, hello. Yeah, I know my screen was frozen. Learn MO, yeah, I know. Thank you. It shouldn't be frozen anymore, right? I'm hoping it's not frozen. It will die before it unfreezes, by the way. So I'm going to do this real quickly. I'm making pink and white fish. Wow. I wish I could eat some with you. You need to invite me one day. That would be really nice, Isatu. He cannot leave Islam behind for anything. Pan-Africanism. Yeah, I said this earlier. Guys, the two don't work with one another, okay? Because Pan-Africanism literally tells you to leave Islam. You're not supposed to bring it with you because it's not African, is it? I know a lot of people go around saying Christianity and Islam is African, but come on now. Come on, man. Anyway, actually, the fundamentals, the framework of Christianity and Islam, yeah, you could say that those came from Egypt, but the modern day Islam and Christianity that we know today, no, it's not. Okay, right. Yeah, so Nashhat, hello. Thank you for coming, guys. I'm gonna say thank you for watching and thank you for your input. I've got to go because this battery is gonna die. So I'd like to say thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, guys. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me. Until the next time, please think twice. Ta-ra a bit. Bye. I'm glad we got that over. I'm really glad because my battery is about to die. It's probably on 1%, if you guys can still hear me. Take care, guys. Thank you. It's still working. Whee!